colleagues Ravindra Bartola, Yuvraj Gimire, Pinky Pandey, and JK Merjan. Today we have a presentation on Novo Nordisk pharmaceutical company. Here we have some agendas. First of all, I am going to give some introduction about the company. Then after key facts, goal and objectives, company strategy will be explained by me. Well, more than 90 years of innovation and leadership in diabetes care, with approximately 42,100 employees in 79 countries. A global healthcare company is running with this strategy. It has been marketing its product in 170 countries. 70 countries. The company Novo Nordisk is well known for human insulin because it has covered its market share of about 47% and 27% in diabetes care. It has also produced insulin and pills for the hemophilia, growth disorder, and obesity. The headquarters of Novo Nordisk is in Denmark. Here we have some key facts of the company. Every company has its goal and objectives. So the goal of Novo Nordisk is to defeat diabetes by working prevention, detection, and treatment. Also to provide a stable basis for the commercial and research activities is the objectives of the company. The company is exploring further opportunities in pre-diabetes and obesity. It has also started partnership with universities and biotechnologies companies, and the company has expanded its sub companies in high populated countries like North America, China, India, and Brazil. The company Novo Nordisk has adopted its business philosophy, such as economically, socially, and environmentally. Corporate profitability, employees, patients, and external environment are respectively related to the company's philosophy. Now I'd like to call Ravindra Bartola for the next slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny. So I'd like to continue our slide with the six-dimension cultural comparison between Denmark and Sweden. So the power distance, masculinity, long-term orientation, in these three cultural dimensions, Denmark and Sweden seems to be little variated, but in remaining individualism, uncertainty avoidance, and indulgence, there doesn't seem so much variation between Denmark and Sweden. Now I'd like to move to our pestle analysis. In pestle analysis, I'll start with the political and the legal. The antitrust law of Denmark, which is similar to EU, consists of four major core subjects. And antitrust law helps to regulate the unfair competition between companies to benefit or to protect the consumer. Taxation system of Denmark is 24.5%. Corporate tax, and which is a little high compared to Sweden. Sweden has 22% of corporate tax. And being social welfare nation, the corporate tax seems to be average here. Deregulation philosophies. Denmark represents the Nordic model of welfare state with collaboration of Scandinavian nation. Now, economic aspect of Denmark. So, in economic aspect, so Denmark has social welfare system, tax return policy, and funded health care system. The inflation rate of Denmark is 1.15%, which is below the standard set by EU, that is 2%. And the next point is The per capita income of Denmark is GDP per capita income of Denmark is about 50,000 US dollar, which is comparatively higher, and this ensures high standard of living. The next aspect is social aspect. So Denmark has population of 5.6 million. Out of this 5.6 million population, 86.7% are Danish, 1.1% are Turkish, and remaining 12.2% consist of Syrian, German, Iraqi, Romanian, and Polish. Denmark generally has flat land. The rural area of Denmark consists of 12.4%, whereas urban area consists of 87.6%. Out of the total population of Denmark, about 39% consist of age group between 25 to 54, so which is working force or independent population. So this is good from the economic point of view of the country. The next one is technological aspect. So Denmark is ranked as number one in technological advancement, and this is due to the government e-leadership, liberalization of telecommunication, and availability of e-government services. Denmark spent about 3.03% of GDP for technological advancement. Basically, it invests in biotechnology. The next one is environmental aspect. So, in environmental aspect, Denmark has limited natural resources. The major natural resources which are found in Denmark are oil, natural gas, gravel, sand, limestone, chalk, clay, and salt. The 42% of wind energy, 42% of energy that is used for domestic purpose is generated from wind, and effective sustainable technology of Denmark has invested highly in energy sector, and in energy sector the more priority has been given to renewable energy. For the continuation of our slide, I'd like to invite my next member.
Further, analyzing the company, we are analyzing further for the distance framework of Denmark and Sweden. On the distance framework, we are analyzing the case framework, and in the case framework, the first point is political aspect. Denmark and Sweden has the similar antitrust law, which is the regulation which regulates the unfair system in the trade, which is the similar to the EU. It has a lot of control, and further, Denmark has 24.5% of taxation, corporate tax, and Sweden has 22%. A little bit of low in the context of Sweden. And further, in the economical aspect, Denmark household income growth rate is 2.8%, and the Sweden household income growth is 3.2%. So on this aspect, it seems that Sweden has a little bit of more household income, and the inflation rate is minimal in the both countries. Denmark has 1.15 and Sweden has 1.79, which is below the standard set by the EU. And on the social aspect, Sweden has 9.9 million population, which is 4 million more than of Denmark. But the workforce of Sweden and Denmark is similar, that is of around 39%, 38.76 of Denmark and 39.42 of Sweden. And on the technological aspect, both countries are spending lot of money, around 3% of its total GDP on the technological aspect. So on the case framework, we can say that Denmark and Sweden has the similar market. And the further moving on, we are analyzing the competitive potential market analysis of our company. Novo Nordisk, and our company Novo Nordisk is very much valuable in the global aspect, because it has 154 offices and 16 production house, 3 research and development center around 79 countries, and it's especially it focuses on the diabetes and hemophilia and growth disorder, and which has the very good market atmosphere all around the world. And this company is also very rare, because it has its 20% of global workforce, and 13% of sales are invested in research and development purposes. And its specialty is that it has spent more than 90 years of its experience in diabetes field, which are the very good, but it can be it can be copied by other company as well. And the immutable and organized aspect, this is, as a being of medicinal company, it can be its specialty can be copied by somebody else, or the market can sometimes maybe decrease or increase according to its presence. And on the SWOT analysis, the main strength of the company is that it has 90 years of experience on the diabetes field, and it is also associated in the research and development with different universities, and it has the 47% of market share in the world for initially, and 27% for the diabetes treatment. And the weakness is it has some political legal issue before, and the increasing market of Eli Lilly is also a weakness for this company. And the opportunity is that most of the people nowadays are not doing the proper exercise, and they are having the diabetes, which is a very good opportunity for our company to explode all over the world. And the main threat is the global public budget problem, and it has launched in the pipeline product which is being delayed, which can destroy the company brand image. And the innovative products are also producing from other countries. And further talking to this, my friends will talk further.
Talking about competitive analysis, for the biggest pharmaceutical company, Novo Nordisk, it has two competitive pharmaceutical companies in globally, the Sanofi Aventis and Eli Lilly. Sanofi is the headquartered in France. It's a company from France, and Eli Lilly is the product of a company of USA. And with being the largest pharmaceutical company, it has adopted some business model. The business model followed by Novo Nordisk is a corporate governance model that is triple bottom line. And by the Sanofi Aventis, it has followed the customer segmentation, value propositions, channels, and customer relationship, as well by the Eli Lilly. And for the market share, Novo Nordisk has its market share in North America, and also Japan is currently the largest market share for Novo Nordisk, whereas for Sanofi, it's in the France, which is also a domestic country for the Sanofi Aventis pharmaceutical company. Whereas also with the Eli Lilly, it has the domestic dominance over the market share, and also in the Europe 20%, and in Japan 10%. Whereas the strategy, Novo Nordisk has a strategy of developing its organization as soon as it sees a potential sign of market developing. Whereas Sanofi and Eli Lilly have the well-balanced and diversified portfolio. Eli Lilly internationally is driven by clear strategy focus to make life better and deliver sustainable, profitable growth. And talking about sales, Novo Nordisk has the sales in the Europe, as well as its main market share in Japan, as well as in Europe, whereas the other competitors also have its product in Europe, and also Sanofi in Mexico and UK. and with Eli Lilly, its in main market is in America. Its product areas of Novo Nordisk is in. It has highly contributed in diabetes and obesity. Also in the homophobia management, growth hormone therapy, hormone replacement therapy, whereas other competitor Sanofi and Eli Lilly have also in vaccine consumer healthcare, general medicine, also Eli Lilly contributing in animal health. And about the future market, Novo Nordisk sees its future market in the highly populated countries like Brazil, Indonesia, and India, and whereas its competitors in pharmaceutical have future market in Europe and in Asia. And talking about financial strength of the competitors, Novo Nordisk stands out with Sanofi and Eli Lilly having the highest gross margin with 83%, whereas followed by Sanofi and Eli Lilly with less number of 73 and 67. And also the return on asset and return on equity is led by Novo Nordisk, which shows its strength in its assets and its capabilities over its competitors Sanofi and Eli Lilly. And talking about R&D pipeline, it has 4 phases. It's been developing in the field of diabetes, obesity, and also it has been trying to research under the hemophobia. In phase 2, it has been researching over beta cell preservation, and similarly with antibody bleeding preservation. In phase 3, it has been doing the research on tablets, and already it has also filed as its patent in US and EU, and the rest will be followed by my colleague.
Thank you. I will like to talk about the resource and capability of the company, being the global presence and the world market share of the of human insulins is one of the superfluous strength of the company, and the deep knowledge about diabetes, great focus on the employee and the marketing is one of the key strength of the company, with and the research and development and growth on existing market and the increasing demand of the insulins is also one of the strength, and the quality product and not affordable to every consumer, being a quality product and which are for the highly prospective is one of the inconsequential weakness of the company. And the key weakness is a past legal action create a negative image of the company, and the key competitors like Sanofi and Eli Lilly is also one of the key weakness of the company. And the future strategy, sustainable business, being a company being one of the leading company in the pharmaceutical product, strategy is to maintain its business sustainable all over the world, and the triple bottom line approach, as said by my colleagues Bini, it has a philosophy of triple bottom line approach for making the balanced decision of economically, socially, and environmentally, and creating the share value to increase its share value in the market, and increase continuous innovation and the continuous innovation and the competitive market. As a recommendation, Sweden being existing market. Conclusion. US US as a large market of the diabetes and obesity, Novo Nordisk should target segmented customer for high market. US is one of the large market for the company, and focus to increase of the research and development center. As a company has only research and development center, 3 research and development center. It has more given focus on increasing the more research and development center, and reviewing pricing strategy to compete with the key competitors, and focus on CSR to maintain the goodwill of the company. For the next slide, I would like to call my colleague.
And Sweden being the existing market, we like to recommend something, some aspect with for the Novo Nordisk. And Novo Nordisk is a large market size, and Novo Nordisk, it should accept some internalized entry mode in the Swedish market, because it has the largest size. It is a large company which have a low psychic distance with Sweden, and the market size and its market growth is very high, and in Sweden the political risk is very low. So we'd like to conclude our presentation on here, and these are our references on the slide. Thank you. You गर न केही हुँदैन, अलिअलि बोलेको लास्टमा आइहाल्छ नि, यसो त्यसो गर भनेको